Good morning, guys. Today is June 19th, 2022, and I am back to do your daily collective. So, today's the last day that my dad's here, so once he leaves, I could be a little bit more attentive to my channel, and, yeah, so it's been really, really busy. I've had a lot of fun, much needed, but, yeah, so let's see what happens for the collective today. You know, I really feel like, getting out of your head, get out of your head, get out of your head. I think that's the energy, is like really hard getting out of our heads today, maybe. A lot of thinking or overthinking and, you know, so let's see. Let's see. Yesterday seemed really good, but let's see what today brings. I think a lot of thinking. You don't know what you don't know. That's what I heard. You don't know what you don't know. So how could you know? Maybe there's an overthinking about false information. Interesting. I'm not sure. Okay, let me just keep going. All right, collective today. Let's see. Strength. Queen of Earth. Release. The Magician. Okay. The bottom, we got Ace of Earth, 5 of Earth, 7 of Air, 8 of Water. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me look at this. All right. So I guess we're still dealing with the same energy about moving on, needing to move on, right? Of course. But I feel like the thinking and the overthinking is probably when things don't move fast enough, when things don't move, you know, as fast as we would like them to, we start doubting that they ever will, you know, and we start with getting like a negative thought process. It's like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel and we're feeling good and we're looking forward to it, but we want results fast, you know, and when they're not coming in fast, we start to doubt things, you know. I mean, we're always doubting ourselves because it's like there's a part of us that knows what is right, what is just, what is fair, what we need, all that stuff. But then when we're not seeing the results of it because we're thinking differently, then we think that we're on the wrong path. And it's such a strange thing that we do because we'll have this much time that's created this type of thing, this much time to think about how that thing could change. And then in this much time, when this big thing hasn't changed in this small amount of time, we start questioning ourselves what we did wrong. Why don't we give ourselves at least this much time to start seeing the difference of what's been created over a long period of time, you know? I think it's really, when you are into tarot or into the arts on, you know, and really rely on the messages, which a lot of us do, right? And we really rely on spirit, and we're really connected to spirit. We feel like the moment that we get it, you know, like the moment we have that aha moment, then the gates are open, as the gates of heaven is supposed to open up, and it's like the trumpets start playing and the harps are playing, and we got this angelic music, and our lives is supposed to change just like that. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And I feel like sometimes it's a harsh reality. It's like, I'm doing the work, I'm doing what I'm supposed to. Why aren't I seeing the results? Why does it feel like I'm being punished, and all this stuff? And Spirit's like, look, it took so long. Look how long it took for you to get to this point. We've got to climb our way out of it, and yes, kudos to you for all the recognition and self-work, but there's still work to be done. It's not over yet, right? And so I think it's finding strength in that. That's part of trusting Spirit, right? That's part of it. And even when you can't see the results, trusting that they'll come, and I feel like sometimes when we don't see the result of that, when we have an aha moment, we feel disappointed or let down, and then we stay stuck in a situation because then we're like, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I thought about that wrong. Maybe that's not what the message was. Maybe that's not what they were saying to me. Oh, maybe I shouldn't make a move yet. Maybe I should just stay put because I still feel stuck, and things start to go okay again. So maybe I was wrong, and so we keep questioning ourselves. And really, it's like Spirit's saying, no, you didn't. Just keep working. Just keep moving forward, because what it is that you innately feel and you innately know, intuitively know that you're supposed to move on from, you're still supposed to move on from it. Shouldn't the blessing be that you've released the tension behind it? Like, once you come to an understanding, maybe the result of that is the relief. And so are you really uncomfortable in the relief of knowing what is good for you? And having a hard time working differently in the same environment in order to get out of that environment? How else can you get out of that environment if you don't change the work that you're doing? So, of course, it's normal, it's natural to feel like, it's normal to feel like you haven't seen the result of it, right? It's normal to feel good in an environment that hasn't felt good. But the change will come. I don't think I'm making sense. How do I explain this? I think when you start feeling good about yourself and the surroundings don't change, you start questioning your own positivity. Like, why am I feeling good, but yet I don't see the circumstances changing? Maybe that is how Spirit's working through you. Maybe you feel good because that's the gift that you're being given right now. It's awareness, not your environment. The change will come with your environment. Yes, it's time to move on for sure. But you've got to fully move on by fully releasing anything toxic. You can be in a toxic environment and still feel okay. It really is the power of the mind, not the power of your surroundings. You are the magician. It's up to you to be able to continue to move forward in a toxic environment until you can get out of it. But in order to get out of it and move forward, don't you need to be in a positive place? So that's the gift. If you're in a positive place, don't question why things around you haven't changed. Appreciate where you're at, because that's where the success is coming from. You are ready. The people around you may not be ready. And you have the resources around you, the resources that are available to you, you know. Yeah, and so because I think an expectation, attaching an expectation to an outcome is such a strong human trait that we have a hard time removing. When we attach an expectation of an idea, let's say we envision the way something should unfold or play out. And when it doesn't unfold or play out in that way as we envisioned, we feel let down, like our expectations haven't been met. And when you attach an expectation to an outcome, more often than not, you will feel let down and feel like you failed at something. And you didn't. It's just that Spirit's saying, just stay on board with us. We know what we're doing. And as long as you're trusting that and staying positive and doing the work, you will not go wrong. It may not go the way you anticipated it to go, and you may have some hardship at some point, but that's just a bump in the road. You keep moving forward with your dreams, your desires, your passions, and it won't go wrong. It just may not look the way you expected it to, or it may take longer than you expected it to. And I think the phrase of the day is to release expectations. Expectations, when you put so much demand on yourself, when you expect things to happen a certain way, and you also block flow because the energy is too locked up, it's too rigid. When you have an expectation, you gotta allow the flow. The desire to move on is there, so keep it, stay positive about it. When peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist. So, do you see what I mean? You can be in peace. Your environment may not be. But don't question your own because other people can't get on board. You're still on the right track. How can you see through the eyes of source energy and prioritize your inner peace? It's a good question to ask, right? I pretty much summed it up here. Deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? See? Deep inward journey. You will be rewarded for the work. You haven't been skipped. You haven't been missed. Stay positive. Stay positive. You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. Yeah, I feel like we put too much pressure on ourselves. Too much pressure. The whole point is to live in a way that we just feel peace. However, that comes to us. There is no right or wrong. And that's the part that we have a hard time getting past, is the stigma of, oh, did I mess up this? Oh, did I do that right? Oh my God, I think I messed that up, And when we continue to live like that, how can we find peace, Doesn't matter what our intentions are. The how is the now. The universe rewards motion. See? Just keep doing what you're doing and stop worrying about your surroundings not changing yet. You are the change, not your surroundings. Prioritize self-love and care. You cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. I mean, yeah. So this message today is just so clear-cut and dry that there's really no depth to it. It's really on the surface. It's really obvious. It's really plain. And crazy. Crazy. So, let me get another card. It's the energy. Let go of this, you know, gosh. We are our own worst enemies, aren't we? You know, if people talked about us the way we talked about ourselves, we wouldn't ever deal with those people ever again. We truly are our own worst enemy. Think about the negative self-talk. Would you dare be friends with anybody that talked to you the way you talk to yourself? Probably not. I know I wouldn't be. I'd be like, excuse me, bitch? What'd you just say? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Nobody could get away with talking to us the way we talk to ourselves. Nobody. It kind of reminds me of that movie with Jim Carrey. And he's like, I'm kicking my own ass. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. Kicking our own asses. For what? So, let's see. It's not for you. It's all love, baby. Oh my God, half the deck fell out just there. No thanks. Let me start that pile over again. You know, some of you may be dealing with dishonest people, or it's being dishonest to yourself, you know. Bottom of the deck, this will take time. Just trust the process. We're very aware of the, you know, the surroundings. That, look, liar, liar, pants on fire. Would they fight for you? Think about that side of yourself that's kicking your own ass. You know what I mean? It's a facade. It's not true. It's not who you are. It's not even truly what you believe about yourself. Because if it were, you wouldn't tolerate that coming from somebody else. You would cut them off in a New York second. You know? So why tolerate it from yourself? It's a facade. It's a lie. It's not true. You know? And how can you be fighting for yourself when, you know? And this could also be people you're around. Ditch the dodo. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to continue talking to yourself like that? No. Ditch the dodo. You're the dodo. Zen through the bullshit. Yeah. Not for you. Not for you. That's a fine-looking high horse. You know what I mean? Expecting all these grand expectations from yourself. You know, like, give yourself a break. Take the high ground. It's all love. When you're sitting in a room of chaos, you don't have to be the chaos. You could just be the observer and, like, take notes. Yeah, this is not who or how I want to be. And don't be. And just don't be. You know? But, yeah. So, I don't know where my other deck is that I normally pull from. It's out there, I think. It's out in the other room. But, so I'm going to use this one. And this card is going to be for Trina B. All right, Trina. So, yeah, that's the message, guys. I hope it makes sense, but it's really all I was getting for the day today. Be easy. Be kind on yourself today. Be easy with yourself today. It's a good day to do any kind of releasing work. Today's a good day for that. Good day to get out and, you know, in the, if you have nice weather, it's a good day to be in it. All right, Trina. Trina, great awakening. Walk in your truth. Stand firm in your light. Everyone is on their own journey. Everyone is on their own journey. You are not in control of anybody else's journey, only your own. And so you can only take accountability for you and what it is that you want and you desire. Kind of matches the message of the day. So anyway, I hope that made sense to you guys. It was kind of short, but it's pretty cut and dry, right? So I will be back tomorrow. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.